Hello and welcome to VDODNA, where the English is bad and the tutorials are good. I'm Impot Avid and today I'm going to show you how to use FontMate, which is our greatest and newest tool. Check it out. Once you download FontMate, check out the installation guide. You can see where to put it and how to install it, a few words on all of its options, and of course, all of our other tools, which are pretty cool, so check them out. So FontMate is a new tool that can help you manage your fonts in your project. You can change all the fonts, you can change only one font, it can place even presets on your targeted text layers, and even collect the fonts to a folder that you can take to another computer to work on. But the first thing we need to see is how to change all the fonts in the project. So we have a project that we have a few fonts, and we want to change all of them to a different font. Let's say I want to change all the fonts to Roboto. So I'm going to select a layer. I'm going to change it to Roboto. Let's say Roboto regular. And I'm going to load it up with the copy font selection button. And now I can see that once I'm going to press the go button, all the fonts will be replaced with Roboto regular. So let's see it happens. And that's it. All the fonts in all the project were changed to Roboto regular. That's it. But if you need just a little bit more control, you can do it pretty easily with the target button. So in this composition, I have two layers, and I can see that it's like that in all the other comps, that we have two layers. One of them is with one font and the other with another. These are different weights, but they are considered different fonts. So this layer has Almoni regular and this layer has Almoni bold. So I'm going to select this layer and I'm going to use it as a target layer. And now I can see that the Almoni DLAAA AAA, which is Aleph Aleph Aleph, which is an amazing studio for creating high quality fonts here in Israel. And now I want to change it to Roboto thin, but I can see it got a lot bigger. So I'm going to change the size. Not the scale, the size. And when I'm going to load it up with a copy font selection, I can see it loaded up the Robo Thin, but it also loaded up the size. And it's not going to change the size all over the project to 184. It's going to change it proportional to this new size. And I can see that if I go to another comp, and I'm going to press the go button, the paste font selection button, I can see that it's changed the font but didn't change the size. So you can actually take fonts that has bigger or smaller letters, and when I change the size of the font, it can proportionally change it. So you don't need to do it by yourself later. This is nice. So I could take only one font and change it with another and maintain the size of the letters. It doesn't matter which font is that. If you change it and you use a target, it's gonna take that to consideration. So you don't need to do nothing except loading up a target and loading up a font selection. So that's the first thing. Let's go to another example. So this is a template project I was working on in the past month. After I bought the template, I saw that all the fonts are missing and I cannot get them. So I need to change them to one of mine. So it's very easy to do that actually, because FontMate doesn't care if the font exists or not. It can load it up anyway. I want to show you that all the fonts are missing in this project. So if I go to, let's say this one, and let's take this one, it's called Geared Slab. So I'm gonna take it as a target and I'm gonna change it to Bibus. I'm going to take the bold. I think it's going to stay in this size. And now I'm going to choose it as the font selection. And now I can go and change all the bold geared slab in all the project. So I can go back and see that in all the cards that this template has, it changed all the fonts, which is pretty amazing. And let's go and do that again with the other font that we have. So let's take this one, and for this one, I'm gonna load it up as a target, press it again, and now I'm gonna load Bibus again, but this time the regular one. The regular, no, let's take the book, which is a bit thinner, and I'm gonna load it up as a font selection. And now I can see that the thin one will be replaced with Beba's new book. I'm gonna press this button, the go button, and everything changed. So we are almost ready to work. Now we have only one font missing, and we're gonna go. So I'm gonna select it and load it up as a target. This one is extra bold, and let's change it to Bebas again. So I'm gonna change it to bold too. Load it up and press the go button. Bam! That's it. That's actually it. Now this template is ready to go. And now I know that I can change missing fonts too, which is pretty nice because sometimes the fonts are not missing just because you worked on a Mac and after that you worked on a PC. Sometimes the font does not identify in the same way, so you need to reload the font again, which is an amazing way to do it. So let's go to another example and see how we can use the presets and the collect font button. So this is another template, and this one missing Rustico regular. So I'm gonna change it to one font only, but this time I'm gonna place a preset. Sometimes you need to adapt the template to your language. My language is Hebrew, so I need to change the language so it will be written from right to left. And we use a preset here in Israel, and it's not good only for Hebrew, it's good for all right to left languages like Arabic, and we use a little preset that flips the order of the letters. So I want to change all the fonts. I'm gonna press and all the fonts are gonna be changed, and I want to load up a new font. And by the way, you don't have to use the same text layer. So this one I want to have Almoni regular, and I'm gonna load it up as a font selection, and now I can delete it. And FontMate remembers that I want to use that font. Anyway, now I'm gonna select the preset. This is a preset I made that flips all the letters, and it can be any preset that you have in your user preset or even those that came along with After Effects, and you can search for them exactly as you search for them in the Effects and Presets window. So I'm gonna use the Hebrew support, select the preset, and now I'm gonna go to FontMate, and I can see that all the fonts will be replaced with Almoni and will be applied with the hip support preset that I created before. So I'm gonna press the go button, and now all the fonts, all the layers in all the project are ready to be typed in Hebrew. This is Ivrit, this is Hebrew. So now I can go to all the template and it's ready to be used in another language with different fonts, which is pretty amazing because every time I got a template, I need to go all over it and go layer by layer and do it manually, which this saves a lot of time. And again, it doesn't work only in Hebrew. It doesn't work only with this kind of preset. It works with all the presets. You can change the colors, you can place effects, and it's that easy. So everything is flipped, that's okay. That's what the preset did. If you need to go and work on another project, you can collect the files with the collect fonts button. I'm gonna press it, and I'm gonna confirm that I have the right to do it. Okay, fonts, you know, they need to be legal. And I'm gonna press yes. And now it's gonna scan all the fonts, and I'm gonna select my tutorial folder, press OK, and all the fonts were collected to that folder. And now I can see that I have a new folder that is called a font folder, and I'm gonna go inside it, and I can see that now I have the font that's been used in this project right over here. Let's see that again with another project. So I'm gonna press the collect button again, and I'm gonna select the folder again. And now we have collected all of our files. Everything is right over here. So that's all you need to know about FontMate. I hope you will enjoy using it and it will save you a lot of time. Anyway, I'm Ilan Tabib. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I'm gonna see you next time.